Good day, everyone. So I hear it on good authority from Judge Spivey that today is the graduation for the Family Drug Court in Baldwin County. And I really wish that I was able to be there with you in person along with Director Cagle. But unfortunately, we had another meeting, but we thought technology is so fantastic that even though we couldn't be there in person, we had the opportunity to be able to congratulate you digitally since technology is so fantastic. So again, I want to say congratulations to all of the graduates of the Family Drug Court in Baldwin County, and I want to say a special thank you to Judge Spivey for inviting Director Cagle and myself to be able to just give hopefully a few words of encouragement and just to say thank you for the tremendous journey that each and every one of you have gone through in these past months during the drug court. So I wanted to just start out with who I am, just in case you all didn't know. My name is Virginia Pryor, and I am the Deputy Division Director of Child Welfare here in the great state of Georgia. I have the privilege of working with over 13,000 children and their families to ensure that they are safe, happy, and healthy. And your journey through the drug court and all of the actions that you have taken in these past several months are a part of that positive journey. And so I wanted to start off by not just saying congratulations for the hard work that you've done, but I really would like to just talk to you about something that's very personal to me. You know, I think it's important for each and every one of us to share how we're connected to this work. And I do this work, one, because I had the privilege of being born into a wonderful family. I have a great mom and a great dad. I always introduce myself by talking about my father and my mom. My father's name is James Pryor, and he is 87 years old. He'll be 88 in January. And my mom's name is Rose Scott, and she's 76 years old, and she'll be 77 in February. And it's because of them and the sacrifices that they made that I'm here today getting the opportunity to say congratulations to you. But more importantly, what I wanted to share was a story about my brother. See, I understand the struggles that you all are facing as you go through this continued journey around your sobriety, if you will, this continued journey of being drug-free. My brother was a substance abuser back in the 80s when crack was very much on the landscape. Unfortunately, my brother decided that he was going to try that, and unfortunately during that time he became addicted to drugs, and he lost his wife, he lost his son, he lost his job. He had so many fractures with our family. I mean, my brother and I, before he became addicted, we were extremely close, and because of his addiction we didn't get an opportunity to see him. He ended up spending a lot of time in jail, so there was a lot of loss and sacrifice and many things that happened to our family as a result of my brother's substance abuse. And I share that with you because I wanted you all to know that I understand the challenges, and I understand it from the perspective of a family member who was going through watching a loved one go through the ravaging of drug abuse on a person themselves, but on their family. I'll never forget a time when it was about 3 o'clock in the morning and my brother knocked on my door, and he just wanted $20 because he said that he wanted to go and get breakfast, but I knew that what he was going to use that $20 for. And as his sister, I had made a commitment to myself that I wasn't going to give $20 and that $20 be the last time that I saw my brother, because he would use that $20 to get drugs, and if he had died, I would have been the family member that would have given him that last $20 and never had an opportunity to see him again. But thankfully, because of the love of family and the support of friends, 20 plus years now, my brother's clean and sober, and if you met him today, you would never know that he had struggled so long with addiction, and that he had spent time in jail, and that his life was so incredibly fractured because of the use of drugs. But I tell you that story because I believe that redemption is possible. And I know that it is because I can look at my brother today and see that he is a totally different person than who he was 20 years ago. And again, I believe that is because of the power of love, of family. I believe in the power of redemption. You know, during the time when my brother was addicted to drugs, they didn't have a drug treatment court. You know, they didn't have, you know, a place where he could go, where you had someone like Judge Spivey who was committed to the recovery of individuals, who was committed to making sure that parents got the services and supports that they needed so that they could bring their families back together. And I wonder sometimes, would my brother have had such a long recovery journey if he would have had, you know, a drug treatment court, you know, available to him? What would his life would have been like with his son and his wife had there been a drug treatment court, you know, available where we lived at that time 20 years ago? But unfortunately there was not, you know. So I know the power of support, you know, I know the power of love, and again, I know the power of redemption. And so I'm so excited for this new world that is open to each and every one of you as you go on a new journey, you know, a journey where you're living a life that is clean, you know, a life where you have an opportunity to be in your children's lives, an opportunity where you can become one with your family and not have drugs and alcohol be a barrier to that. So I'm so excited for each and every one of you today. And again, I do believe the day is the beginning of your new journey, you know, a journey for a life that's clean, a journey where a life that your eyes are wide open to what's possible for your families. So as you guys get ready to go on this new journey, I'd like to share a little bit with you of what the department is doing right now, or the division is doing, to help work in partnership with you and your families. We have something called the Blueprint for Change, and the Blueprint for Change is really our reform effort, because we know that we have to do some things to change in the division as well if we're going to be strong partners with you in your journey. And that reform effort actually has 3 pillars. It's a strong workforce, because we know we need to have the right people in the right places doing the right work so that we can support you. It's about a practice model. Our practice model is called solution-based casework. And really what that means is about doing good old-fashioned social work or engagement with our families. We want to make sure that you sit at the center of the work that we do, so that when we make decisions in partnership for a strong way forward with your families, that we have a model that supports recovery, a model that supports redemption. And so we're really excited about solution-based casework, and we want to make sure that we show up consistently in your life, and that we support the hard work that others who will come after you will do in the drug treatment court. And then lastly, it's constituent engagement. Now, normally I like to engage with folks not via camera, and this is like my least favorite way to have to say congratulations to you, but normally I would be there in person so that we could get an opportunity to talk to you, to talk about your journey, talk about the hurdles that you may have experienced, but more importantly, to celebrate and talk about the successes that you have. And constituent engagement is a way for Director Cagle and I to be able to do that, to make sure that we're sitting down with you face to face, talking about what's working, what's not working, what can we do in partnership to not only improve your life and your family's life, but to improve the lives of all Georgians that we have the privilege to be able to work with. So I know that you have a great rest of the day ahead of you, and I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but I've been known for the past 2 years that I've been in this role for coming up with quotes. I'm a big quote person, and it was funny, the other day I was actually on Facebook, and you know, Facebook always has these interesting little apps that you can do, and the app was what quote defines you. And the quote that I received, I think, is fitting for the journey that you all are on today. And if you would give me a moment, I'd love to read it for you. And the quote basically says, "There is no reason to look back when there is so much good in front of you. You have so much possibility and so much hope ahead of you in this new journey for sobriety, this new journey of living a clean life. And we look forward to your continued success. And we look forward here at the division of being a good partner with you as you move through your journey to reunify with your children, as you move through your journey to ensure that you have strong families. Again, congratulations, graduates. And I look forward to hearing many more positive stories about your continued success. Thank you.